I'm Marilyn San Clemente of Stamp with Marilyn, and welcome to my creative playground. Tonight I'm going to show you this really cool technique that I found. It's called the floating image card, and I just love this. So stay tuned. So tomorrow is my monthly stamp club. It's the second Tuesday of the month, and we're going to make a cute little card like this. It won't be an Easter card, but it is a card using these same papers. And this was the Easter card that I put out on my website over the weekend. But this is called a floating image. And the way you make that is you cut a piece of an image, either an image or a piece of designer paper. In this case, designer paper that has an image on it. And you cut that into pieces, and then you layer that onto a window sheet, and then attach that with dimensionals to a larger piece of cardstock. So it looks like it's floating. So it's kind of 3D. And so what I was going to do is show you that technique tonight. And then the other thing I wanted to let you know about is this coming Thursday is my next virtual stamp night. And I've got two fun fold cards. I've got this really cool window card that you can make. I used the bunny and the turtle from the Happy Day, the rain or shine paper. And then I'm going to so miss these gnomes. I love, 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 love these gnomes. So this is another cool window card, but it's a fun fold window card. And it folds out, it folds up, and then it folds out. So you can do quite a bit with this. In fact, I was going to add more flowers and things down here, but I did not get around to that. But anyway, okay. So that's my class Thursday night. It's $20. It will be out. You can go out and click on events on my Facebook page and sign up there, or I will be sending out messages this week. And if you're not on my mailing list, go out to stampwithmarilyn.com and sign up for my mailing list. So I am going to show you how to do that floating card technique. So what I did was I took the daisy paper, I cut one of the daisy designs out of it, and I'm using a piece of fresh freesia, and this is the bubble bath color, and then I have a piece of white cardstock here. Oops. Two pieces of white cardstock. I only need one. Okay, so I'm going to cut this piece in half at 4 1/4 the long way. And then I'm going to score this at 5 1/2. So I guess my new microphone works. Okay. And we're going to fold that in half. Okay, so let me show you how to do that floating technique. So I have a piece of the fresh freesia. I have a window sheet. And this piece is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. The window sheet is 4 by 4, and I believe the fresh freesia is also 4 by 4. Yes, they're the same size. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is you want to cut your window sheet. Hold on. And here's the image that we're using. So here's the piece that I did here. I cut this piece into 4 different pieces, and they don't have to be the same width. They don't have to be the same size. So I'm just going to kind of randomly cut. So probably 3/4 of an inch is probably the thickest that you want to cut. That feels thick. Wow. The designer paper feels thicker than it normally does. And what you want to be careful of is as you cut these, just lay this down in the order that you cut it, so you don't lose it. Or you can put it back together like you would a puzzle. Someone is purring. You want to say hi to everybody? Okay, I'll cut that part in half. So I have 5 pieces here. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take your fine tip glue, or you're going to take a glue pen, one of the glues, and I'm just going to add glue to this and glue it to the window sheet. And what's nice about this is with the glue, oops, you can kind of move it around. You can kind of slide it till you get it into position. Okay. And make sure you have a paper towel or something around to wipe up glue. Okay. And now I'm going to put this one on. You want to leave just a little bit of a gap. There we go. Not too quickly. Okay, so here's my next one. And you don't need a lot of glue. You just want to put enough on to get it to stick. And I think you probably could use seal, but I don't know how well seal will stick to the window sheets. So, okay, my next one. Okay, and my last one. That's interesting. So how did that end up wider? Oops. I can get. Oh. I need to move that over a little bit. It's not quite straight. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Paper towel's in the way. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, I have a little bit extra here, and I have a little bit extra on this side, so I'm just going to cut that with my paper cutter, which is right here. There we go. All right. Now I've got a piece of plastic stuck in the blade. Okay, then the next thing that you want to do, what we're going to do is we're going to put this onto, actually I want to trim just a little bit more off that one side so that I've got a nice margin. Oh boy. And the glue made the paper wet, so this may not work. We'll find a way to cover that up. Okay, so now I've got this piece of fresh freesia that's just a little bit larger, and I'm going to use dimensionals. So we're going to put dimensionals on the back because we want it to be elevated. But you want to be careful that you only put the dimensionals behind the paper. And I actually made that mistake with this one, which is why I put the Happy Easter over it. I used the Happy Easter to cover up where I put the dimensional by mistake. So, just to show you what not to do. And so I may want some of the small ones anyway for this piece here. Okay. Okay, so let's take these off. Better. Okay, there we go. So we now have this piece that looks like it's floating. upon. So it's got some dimension to it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here, but what I want to do is do something with the background first. So I actually may just leave this and do it. Actually, it would be pretty like that. Oh, you know what? I can do that. I know what I'm going to do. Oh, that's pretty. That fits really well there. Okay. Okay, so we're going to put this on. See, you just have to play around with things, and then it will come to you. Okay, and then we will do this. I'm just going to trim that extra piece off. Okay, so let's take this paper, and actually a piece of that would be really pretty here. So if I take a piece of this and cut that to about 1.25 inches. I can tell that this is going to be one of my go-to papers for this catalog because it's got all the colors in it. And so let's put this on the inside here. Oops, there we go. And let's do that. So what I like to do is leave that hanging over if you want that to go all the way down. And then I just use the edge of my paper. And that way you know it's not too short or too long. It's just right. So it fits down like that. Okay, now let's look at those new... You made my day. That's a perfect one. So let's stamp that here. And I'm just going to... And let's use that to cover up our little tear in the paper. And no one will ever know. Ah, that's so pretty. I love that. These are retiring. I don't think that they're gone yet, but they are retiring. But wouldn't those be pretty on here? And here's the iridescent pearls that I was thinking of. So let me grab my Take Your Pick tool. And let's actually use a couple of these since these are retiring. That pink is really pretty. So what if we do something down here? Actually, I don't know that we need anything. Do we need anything else? I could put a couple up here. Okay, so this is a floating image because it looks like our image is floating. So, oh, Rose, there you are. Good to see you. Glad you made it back home. Okay, so this is the new Cheerful Daisies stamp set, and this is the paper that goes with it. And just a quick card to show you. And that's the floating image. And this is the one that I posted to my website the other day. So, okay. Thank you so much for stopping by tonight. If you would like to place an order, anything that's on the last chance list not everything is discounted, but a lot of things are discounted 40 to 60%. If you place an order, use my host code, GQAVHBAK, and your name will go into a drawing for the host benefits for April. And depending upon how many people place orders, it could be very lucrative. So thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed all this, and I will see you next Monday. Take care.